Wanna play?
Here's Johnny!
I need a bigger boat.
What's your favorite scary movie?
We have such sights to show you.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
Hey everybody, welcome back to Wanna Play. My name is James McKenna, and today I wanted to try something a little bit different here on the channel. I wanted to try and do a reaction video. A lot of times, YouTubers will do these kind of reaction videos to basically other videos, and you know what a reaction video is, but to me they're always pretty entertaining, especially if it's a YouTuber who I watch, who maybe kind of has like a niche or something, but then they start breaking out doing more reaction videos and stuff, and it honestly ends up making for some good content. So I decided today that I'm gonna try and do that. I'm gonna try and do reaction videos, see how it goes, and today we're gonna react to WatchMojo's the top 10 greatest horror movies of all time. So WatchMojo is, I'll be honest, known for having the worst lists on YouTube. Insert picture of Halloween 4 here for no reason. But yeah, I've never watched this video. Let's see what WatchMojo thinks is the top 10 greatest horror movies of all time. Let's get straight into it. Oh god, should I be nervous? Well, I mean, on the thumbnail, it's got the Grady twins from The Shining, so that could be a good sign. I hope so. Okay, WatchMojo.com.
Horror.
Texas Chainsaw.
Welcome to
Alright.
WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for
Let
the
me turn
top
the
10
brightness
horror
on
movies
this.
of all time. This is part of a series of videos.
Friday the
spanning
13th.
decades of horror
Friday the
cinema
13th
from
belongs. Hold on.
1920
Let me explain something. Friday the 13th absolutely should be on this list, basically because of name value alone. The original Friday the 13th, I think, belong. Like, if I ever did top 10 greatest horror movies of all time as, like, an objective type list, I think Friday the 13th should place. That might be just me, and that might be a little controversial, but I will always defend Friday the 13th, the original film. Also, it's just a good movie, so let's continue. Oh, and I see Dracula on the screen. Can't go wrong with him either.
1920s to the 2000s.
Scream.
You're gonna love this one. It's a scream, baby.
Number 10, Friday the 13th.
There it is.
Bad enough.
It belongs.
You gotta have a full moon too.
What kicked off the longest-running
I
horror
told you.
franchise of all time.
I'm not gonna argue this at all.
This sleeper hit was developed as a response to the success of Halloween and other
Halloween,
holiday-themed horror flicks.
Black Christmas.
Innocent Jason.
Sean S. Cunningham created something unstoppable, though. What started off as a revenge thriller about a killer stalking sex-crazed teens at Camp Crystal Lake turned into one of the most iconic masked faces in horror. And which
See?
also spawned sequels, spin-offs, a TV series, books, comics,
Kind of,
video
yeah.
games, you name it. Jason has been to hell and back many times, and it
Jason's
seems
not
like
in this
nothing
movie,
is
though.
going to stop him.
Oh, here we go. Classic jump scare. One of the most classic jump scares there is.
Number 9, Rosemary's Baby.
Rosemary's Baby.
To make a baby.
Having
Great
already
pick.
given us the shocking and disturbing Repulsion and the horror comedy The Fearless Vampire Killers earlier in the 1960s,
And you will be able to dance.
no one expected Roman Polanski to top it
Great,
all off with his
great
greatest
movie.
masterpiece in 1968.
What have you done to it? What have you done to
You
its
done
eyes?
to its eyes.
One of the most atmospheric and poetically haunting horror films of all time. Rosemary's
It's
Baby
creepy.
plays on a mother's paranoia during her pregnancy.
Somebody help me!
The Oscar-winning film follows Mia Farrow with these probing questions. Can I trust my neighbors? Is my husband out to get me? Will I give birth to a demon child? Questions every
One of the
mother
best
has asked
slow
herself.
burns there ever was
What
right
have you
there.
done to him, you man?
Satan is his father, not Guy.
Number
Great
8,
line.
the Texas
Satan is his
Chainsaw
father,
Massacre.
not Guy. Oh, hell yeah.
Come on, Franklin.
Okay. Of all the clips you could have done for Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I mean, I don't know, hook through the back, Pam walking up and you get the shot of her butt and her legs, the guy walking into the sunset. You choose Franklin doing his thing. Of all the clips. Okay, let's keep going.
The
I
early
can't
70s
I can't
were a
argue with
time
any of these picks so
cinematic
far though.
experimentation,
So far it's not a bad
and
list.
horror directors were doing their best to push the limits of what they could show
Grandpa.
on screen.
Best killer there ever was.
Professor turned rogue filmmaker Toby Hooper had no studio telling him what to do. Just a camera, a couple of friends, and
I didn't know
a
he was
hot
a professor.
Texan sun.
It's a nice fun fact.
Here's something. Stop.
Amazing moment. Hell yeah.
What they
Oh,
created
that's such
was
a
one
good
of the
scare,
most unrelenting
such a
and
good kill.
visceral projects, whose story of a family of cannibals who attack an unsuspecting group of teens was inspired by the killings of a real-life murderer.
Another terrifying scene. You can just like
Nightmare-inducing,
feel
gritty,
how
and
hot it
way
is
too realistic.
while watching the
This
scene.
one should only be seen
The
on an
dinner
empty
scene.
stomach.
Crazy. Oh,
Number 7, A Nightmare on Elm Street.
another great pick.
Director Wes Craven
And
was inspired by
one
the true
that they
story
actually
of a
chose the
group of
right
people
clip for
who
it
actually
to
died
start.
while they were dreaming.
Clip at the
and
beginning of
created
every
a
single one of
man
my
their
videos.
nightmares.
Good Scott.
Putting a twist on the whole slasher craze, this dark fantasy series follows the demented and unrelenting Freddy Krueger, a demonic child killer and king of one-liners.
Come to Freddy.
Who's able to enter your dreams and use creative ways to end your life. Something as innocent as a nap can mean death for the kids of Elm Street. Try as they might to
Such
stay
a
awake.
good premise for a movie. Oh, they really chose the
12
worst
years
part in
later,
the movie.
He would help rejuvenate the horror
Oh,
genre
yeah.
with the slasher classic Scream.
What's your favorite
I'm a little surprised if Scream isn't on this
You have
list.
to have a favorite. What comes to mind?
Just seems like one that they would put on.
Halloween.
Number 6, Night
Yes.
of the Living Dead.
They're coming for you.
They're coming to
there
get
comes
you,
one of them now.
Barbara.
The
So
little film
good.
that could. This indie masterpiece with its do-it-yourself
The
horror
little
aesthetic
film that
inspired the
could.
likes of Sam Raimi
Okay,
and countless
WatchMojo,
other
okay.
feature backyard home movie filmmakers.
Wave of murder which is sweeping the eastern third of the nation
Amazing
is being
though.
committed by creatures
So
who
good.
feast upon the
For a
flesh
zombie
of their
movie,
victims.
can't go wrong with
And
it.
it also gave birth to a little something we call the modern zombie.
Yep.
With its deep social commentary and an original storyline that we've now heard hundreds of times, this sci-fi horror film sees the reanimated dead begin to roam the earth, looking to eat the flesh of the
Oh,
living.
this is such a good kill. One of the best, maybe the best part in
The
the
main
movie.
story revolves around a group of poor unfortunate souls that gets trapped in a small farmhouse and is soon surrounded by the undead. Lock up tight.
That a ghoul can be killed by
Yeah,
a
they called
shot
them
in
ghouls
the
in the
head
movie because
or a
zombies
heavy
weren't a
blow
thing.
to the
So they didn't
skull.
have
Number
zombies
5,
as like a name.
Dracula.
Oh! Oddly enough, Dracula's the 5th one on my list as well. On my top 10 favorites. Dracula's at number 5. Can't go wrong with it.
One of the most iconic big screen
So amazing.
portrayals of one of the most iconic villains of all time makes the top 5 of our horror movies of all time list.
As it should.
Bid you welcome.
Nosferatu was taking over the world, and Universal Studios decided to adapt the play that already had Bela Lugosi in the lead.
Children of the light.
Oh, there he goes.
What
What music they make.
While the studio also released
Oh,
the equally
take a seat,
iconic
Maria.
Frankenstein film
I'll
that
see you
same
later.
year, there's no ignoring the fact that there have been hundreds of Draculas that have graced our screens in the last 100 years, and people today will still do a Bela Lugosi impression when pretending to be the king of vampires.
Your will is strong.
It's a little weird hearing it with music. I don't know where they got
Although
that from.
Christopher Lee's reimagining, starting with 1958's horror of Dracula, is a
Good
close
movie.
second, Lugosi's eerie gaze and hypnotizing voice will never
Bela
be
Lugosi is the
forgotten.
best vampire.
Indeed.
Can't argue with it.
Number 4, Halloween.
Yep. Halloween's number 4 on mine as well.
Masked killers
5
were
is
big in the
Dracula,
70s.
4 is Halloween.
Audiences demanded more blood and gore, and they needed faceless monsters they couldn't empathize with.
What's the boogeyman?
Enter
As a matter
John
of fact,
Carpenter's stroke of genius,
it was.
Halloween.
Oh, the score.
What
The
later
score
became
is
the
so good.
prototype for every slasher film since, and is today considered a dark masterpiece, started out as an idea for a cheapo film about a psychotic murderer stalking babysitters. But in the brilliant hands of Carpenter and Deborah Hill, where we follow Michael Myers returning to Haddonfield to finish up his murder spree, you get one of the most profitable indie films ever made.
I'm telling you, Michael Myers is here in this town.
Number 3,
Yep.
The Shining.
Wendy, I'm home.
I'm home.
Master filmmaker Stanley Kubrick has successfully turned every genre into cinematic art. Comedy, drama, war film, sci-fi, historical
100%.
epic.
I would have put it at number 1,
Cannibalism in order
but
to
number
stay
3,
alive.
can't be
Which
mad
is
at
why
it.
people anxiously awaited to see what he would do with horror.
I must be losing my mind.
He took another master's source material and turned
Uh-oh.
Stephen King's already classic novel into what was hailed as a masterpiece in modern horror.
You didn't let me finish my sentence. I said, I'm not
I'm
gonna
not gonna
hurt you.
hurt you.
I'm just gonna
I'm just gonna bash your brains in.
Unforgettable performances, iconic imagery and dialogue, stunning locations, ominous camera work, Jack Nicholson's descent into
the
insanity
best.
boils
Oh, his
ever
acting.
so slowly below
So
the surface,
good.
that people can only stare
Unmatched.
in stunned terror
Ever.
and pray it never happens to them.
Here's Johnny.
Number 2, The Exorcist.
The Exorcist. Spooky.
What an excellent day for an exorcism.
Your mother sucks cocks in hell, Karen.
Of course.
Slime.
Take a brilliant director and
most
cast,
iconic line.
amazing source material, experts in sound, editing, lighting, and unforgettable special effects. And what do you get?
Good
the most
choice.
iconic images in horror cinema. An
a little
exercise
bit
in
too
terror
slow for
that
me,
dares you to keep
But
watching.
I still do. I mean, it's
And
The
a
Exorcist.
film
You
that
can't
had audience
not like
members
it.
throwing up and passing out. Meet Little Reagan, who shouldn't
Also,
be playing with
Pazuzu
Ouija boards.
is the
She's
freaking
just a
best.
Kid, who now has a demon inside her.
How long are you planning to stay in Reagan?
Until she rots and lies stinking in the earth.
Get ready to never sleep again.
The power of Christ compels you. The power of Christ compels you.
The power
Before
of
we
Christ
dig into our top
compels you.
pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
John,
I can go
okay.
slow ahead. Come on down and chum some of this shit.
I love you, Mom.
Blair Witch. Good pick.
I'm so sorry.
Best found footage movie. Absolutely unmatched. Evil Dead 2.
Groovy.
A little bit too whacked out for me. But I know a lot of people love it. And Saw. Yep. Classic.
Clear.
The Thing, yeah. Can't not mention The Thing on the top 10 all-time horror movies list.
Number 1, Psycho.
Alright.
This is a prime example of an established director taking on disturbing macabre material.
I mean,
and
Psycho's in
turning
my
it
top
into
10.
gold.
Absolutely amazing.
How does one follow up brilliant thrillers like
Best
Vertigo
franchise
and
as well.
North by Northwest?
In my opinion,
give the audience the shock of
Psycho,
their lives.
Psycho 2, Psycho 3, and Psycho 4 is the single greatest
Stunning
stretch
vision
of continuity
unrelenting terror.
ever in horror.
Hitchcock went full-on
Can't beat
horror
it.
for this twisted tale of mommy issues, brutality, abusive insanity, and sexual violence. And yet, it was all done
Marion
with such
Steph.
style and grace.
So good.
our private traps.
Checking into Norman Bates Motel would be the most fatal mistake of your life, but it's a must-watch horror film.
So many classic lines.
And while
every
he'd also
scene.
give us the terrifying and suspenseful The
Birds.
Birds 3 years later, there's no denying the impact and influence of this psychological thriller on the horror and slasher genres today.
They'll see and they'll know.
They'll say.
Why, she
wouldn't even harm a fly.
Do you agree with our list?
Yeah, sure.
I
What
do.
do you think is the best horror
Yeah,
movie
sure.
of all time?
That one right there. That one.
For more horrific top 10s published every day, be sure to
Horrific?
subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
Tequila
The
is
Cabin in
my
the Woods,
lady.
yes it is.
My lady. Come on in, guys. Come on in. Come on in. You're welcome.
So there you have it. Watch Mojo. Top 10 greatest horror films of all time. I can't argue with any of them, to be honest. I mean, you got Psycho, Dracula, Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street, Rosemary's Baby, Friday the 13th, The Exorcist. I mean, who can argue with any of those? I mean, a lot of people will say that Friday the 13th shouldn't be on the list, but, I mean, I think it should. Just the name value and the sheer amount of movies that it inspired, the sheer amount of movies that would not exist without Friday the 13th, I think just propels Friday the 13th to the top 10. It might be controversial to say, but I think that Friday the 13th does belong up there. And also, I mean, The Shining, you can't go wrong with them. Even the honorable mentions were good. I mean, The Thing, obviously, Saw, Blair Witch Project. Great list. I'll say it, great list. This is probably the first good list of theirs that I've watched, which is weird. There you go. What movies do I think probably should have gone on the list? Maybe some more classics like Frankenstein. I think Carrie should have gone on, but that's just me. I know probably not everybody would have Carrie that high, but man, that was good. I'll say it. Watch Mojo. Oh. I tip my hat to you, WatchMojo.com. Good list. So thank you for watching this video. Let me know what you thought about their list in the comments down below, and let me know if you'd like to see more reactions, and if you do, what would you like me to react to? I can basically react to anything you guys want, as long as it's horror related. I don't want anybody to request something that I don't know and then accidentally turn on Industry Baby by Lil Nas X. Don't want that anywhere near my channel, so just don't request anything like that if you do want to see more reactions. But thank you for watching this video. As I said, follow me on TikTok if you want to. It's at JamesFromWannaPlay1, because James from Wanna Play was already taken somehow. And you can also follow me on Instagram at JamesFromWannaPlay. You can subscribe as well if you would like to, and you can like this video. You don't have to do either of those. Matter of fact, you don't even have to follow me on Instagram and TikTok, but I highly recommend it. Pretty cool over there. But thank you for watching this video. Goodbye and good night. Bang.